Cowboys fans, what up, what up, what up? It's your boy Ruben. You know what it is, new week, new video. And so, Cowboys, I mean, there's not really much to talk about with this one, all right? There was actually pundits that thought that this was going to be a game that Cowboys were going to, give us a letdown because everybody hates on the Cowboys, which I don't, at this point, I kind of don't get it. They've been beating up on the Cowboys for so long that it's kind of allowed them to not accurately analyze the team. All right. Top to bottom, this roster is Super Bowl ready. The problem there's two problems keeping us from the Super Bowl. All right. And one is at the end of the day, I keep beating this drum. It's Mike McCarthy. He just scares me in game management, clock management. Now he's calling plays. What I will give him credit on is he seems to be evolving his play calling, particularly since the San Francisco game. When we went from Kellen Moore to him, Kellen Moore is a pretty prolific down the field kind of offensive play caller. It leads to a lot of points, but also led to mistakes. Hence, Dak Prescott throwing, as many picks as he threw. This season, we were supposed to go to running, which I was definitely a proponent of because I thought we have the O-line for it. We have the running backs for it, albeit we let Zeke walk. But what the two had in common was Kellen Moore, I don't feel like was a very, he wasn't good situationally. Like, when it comes to third down, and then we started getting predictable. We lacked a little bit of creativity in the get money spots, third downs, first downs, things like that, right? We're doing the same, just on a more conservative level with Mike McCarthy after the San Francisco game. But it seems like he heard, everybody saying like we were one of the worst teams when it came to motion and things like that. This game, we saw a lot more CeeDee Lamb outside, moving him around. This was a total thorough team domination. Defense, Micah Parsons doing their thing. Special teams, punt block, Turpin almost running a punt all the way back. Deron Bland, pick six. Now has 3 pick sixes on the season. All big deals. All big deals. However, the Rams aren't. They have talent. One of my nephew's a Rams fan. I told him they're going to win 5, 6 games, maybe even 7. They're the kind of team that, they can make some, they have talent. They can steal some games here and there. But their ultimate problem is you got an old quarterback. You got no O-line. You got an old quarterback standing behind an old O-line. Not an old O-line, but not a good O-line. You got Aaron Donald, but not much outside of him. And we took advantage of that. Dak Prescott's back, 304 yards, 4 touchdowns, 1 pick. Here's what I came to appreciate, and it's something I noticed in the Chargers game. And after the San Fran game, I was telling you guys, man, I'm almost out on Dak. And a part of that was because I don't recognize him. I don't feel like he's throwing with confidence. It looks like he's trying to aim throws. It looks like he's trying to make sure the throws are high and things like that. Something I noticed in the Chargers game, and I didn't do a video last week to discuss it, I felt like he was letting it rip more. Like when he was delivering the ball deliberately, right? He was letting it go. I didn't see so much of the aiming and him trying to make sure if he misses, it misses high and things like that. I think a lot of the griping with CeeDee Lamb and then the way we got beat in San Fran kind of woke things up. It forced Mike McCarthy to get more creative, and Dak Prescott, I think it shamed him. I think it showed that, you know what, you can't hide Dak at the end of the day. You gotta, I feel like Dak just said, fuck it, and said, you gotta throw to win the game. Like, you gotta throw like you mean it. Instead of worrying about missing the throw or the interception, see what the team's giving you. Trust your playmakers and let it fly. Let it rip. Okay? And that's all I've asked for. Now, if they can keep that going, it remains to be seen, and those are the two things that concern me and why I can't bring myself to predict a Super Bowl. I think this is a Super Bowl roster, but does Mike McCarthy keep this up? Does Dak Prescott keep this up? Or do both kind of revert back to who they are? I've talked about how San Fran has holes that can be exploited. I know all the jokes are writing themselves. We can't exploit it, blah, blah, blah. I get it. You know, but analyzing the team, they still have weaknesses that should be exploited. It's just a matter of whether you do so or not. I think having played them 3 times before, losing in excruciating fashion the way we have, I think if we meet a 4th time, I think the pressure's on San Fran to prove they can do it again. I think we go into that game, especially with the game on like our lives on the line, the ability to not want to be a laughing stock, to have lost to the same team 4 times in a row. I think that bodes well for us. But again, always comes down to Dak and Mike McCarthy. With all that being said, great team win all the way around. It's the kind of thing I like to see. Brings us to the Philadelphia Eagles this week. And Philadelphia Eagles, I feel similarly to the San Francisco 49ers. They have holes. They can be exploited. It's just a matter of whether we exploit it. We typically do. I do wonder if Mike McCarthy is going to be able to exploit it the same way Kellen Moore did, because we habitually light the Eagles up on offense. Now, whether that happens this game, I don't know. Remains to be seen. What I want to see is definitely an emphasis on stopping the run and being the tougher team. We're going into Philly. Jalen Hurts is Jalen Hurts. That O-line's probably the best O-line in the league still. But it's going to be a great game to watch. A.J. Brown and them, I mean, this is a game I really wish we had Trayvon for. But Bland's filling in nicely. Stephon Gilmore's doing his job. Defense is doing their thing. We know each other. Who's going to make the least amount of mistakes? I trust our team to bring it home. So, short video this week. I mean, definitely like, subscribe, share, comment down below. I'm going to hit you guys back. And let me know what you guys think. I think we start a run here. So we'll see what happens. We're 5-2 going into Philly. It'd be a huge win. We would definitely, so it would be Philly. If we beat Philly, I don't see a loss until potentially Seattle. Now, and Seattle's a night game. So that brings, so let's say if we win at Philly, we play the Giants, the Panthers, and Washington, who just sold off their defensive ends. So you're looking at a potential 6-game winning streak right there. It all starts with Philly. I think we went into this game hyped up to see Philly. We're ready. Let me know what y'all think, all right? Peace.